What did you think of Grimes? And it seems like we're asking this pretty frequently now. When he gets going like that, does it just look like it's going in every time he shoots it?
Well, he had no rebounds at halftime. So, I mean, you guys want to anoint him the next whatever, he's a lot better when he rebounds. Now, he got 6 the second half. So I didn't ask for his autograph at halftime or tell him how great he looked. I told him if he wanted to be a complete player, he better learn to play both ends and rebound. And that's what he did. When we rebound and can get out transition, we will get shots. He's not going to catch the ball himself and going to score. Somebody's passing it to him. So our team's unselfish. We throw the ball to him to do that. So if you're gonna give somebody on our team credit for something, make sure you credit the entire team, especially DeJon Jarreau. But after Wichita State game, we had to make some concrete emphasis, and it started with our pace and our rebounding. But people that don't know anything about basketball say, "Why don't you run more?" Well, it doesn't start with running; it starts with rebounding. We had 13 steals tonight. We made them turn it over 20 times, and we scored 27 points off their turnovers. A lot of those were Q's threes off of our defense. So I thought the three things that were important tonight was Q got going early, and his confidence was buoyed throughout the game. And we're really conscious to keep encouraging him to shoot it, especially when he gets his going. His confidence level is sky high right now. The other thing was our interior defense on Bassie. Obviously, we have a plan. We played the big kid from Ohio State. I think he averaged 18 points a game in the Big Ten, and I think he had 6 points against us. This kid was averaging about 18 or 19. But we watched, obviously we watched film on kids, and I thought Reggie, Bryson, those two in particular, their interior defense was critical. And then Justin and Fabian, we talk a lot about shutting windows and closing doors. Somebody's got to shut the window and somebody's got to come close the door. We do that in our pick and roll coverage. We made a couple adjustments at halftime. Watching them on film doesn't do them justice. Their guard, that's the fastest group of guards that we've seen. It's also the smallest. But they were turning a corner on us like crazy in the first half. We couldn't keep them out of the paint. And so the second half, we stopped trying to be the smartest guy in the room and just went back to our coverage call. Once we got back to who we were, we started getting stops, we started getting rebounds, we started getting out. And when we get out and run, we're pretty good.
We'll go to Chris Baldwin with Paper City Magazine. Chris, go ahead, please, sir.
Coach, what does DeJohn's energy bring? I think on one sequence he had a steal on one end, offensive rebound on the other. It's particularly the second half. What did that bring to you guys?
He's by far our most indispensable player, Chris. We've had three guys make 8 or 9 threes in the game. I think Marcus had 8 against Tulane. Cam had 10 against Tulane. Quentin had 8 tonight. So we've had 3 guys to do that. But when DeJon gets the ball out on the break, he makes all those guys better. Now, his stats don't look great. The first question I got asked tonight was about Quentin. Nobody asked me about DeJon but you, Chris. I appreciate that. But DeJon Jarreau, we're not going very far without him. He is critical to this team's success. And I don't think we ever had this last year. I don't ever remember seeing great chemistry between Quentin and DeJon for a myriad of reasons. There's a lot of reasons for that, but they have great chemistry now. But the other good thing is when Marcus picked up his second foul, you guys, I used to tell people, you're not going to find out how good Justin is until the following year. And the same thing about Tremont Mark. You got a glimpse of him tonight. But I watch him in practice every day. That kid's got a chance to be really, really good. I think he went in and had 12 points the first half in a time when we needed to score. Now, he forgot what color jersey he was wearing a couple times and helped them in their comeback. But that team's a good team. When we play well and we beat a team, there's a tendency to make an excuse for the other team. But our defense, our energy, the way we played the second half is very much like the way we play. The second half, give a lot of credit to Western Kentucky. Their guards kept turning the corner on us, and not many guards have turned the corner on us this year. No matter who we play, Texas Tech, Boise State, South Carolina, no matter who we play, we haven't seen many guards turn the corner off ball screens. But the second half, we tried to fix that. And then once we kept them out of the paint and we didn't give Bassey any looks on the post, that allowed us to get the ball off the rim and run. But DeJon is our catalyst at both ends in a lot of ways.
We'll go to Joseph Duarte with the Chronicle. Joseph, go ahead, sir.
Kelvin, I'm curious. This is one of those games where, you just don't see a non-conference game in late February. In a way, was this good in terms of, did it have maybe a little bit of a postseason feel to it, or give you guys a different look than you normally would get in conference, or just being able to prepare?
Yeah, two reasons. One is I wanted to play this game, and Rick did too. They know they're going to be a 10 or 11 seed in the NCAA tournament. They can get to and they're kind of team, if you don't guard a certain way, they're going to hurt you. Because our guards can get in the paint. They've got Bassey, who's a monster. But you know what? Our kids don't back down to anybody. We haven't in 7 years. We may get beat, but it's not because we're not trying or don't. But I thought our preparation and how we wanted to play them had to be crystal clear because of Bassey. Now, we play somebody else, we may have to have a different plan. But the plan tonight was to defend our best low post player. But that team, there's a reason that team won at Alabama. Look at Bassey's numbers in that game. There's a reason why that team beat Memphis. There's a reason that team, I think they're up 10 with 4 minutes to go at West Virginia. So, they're good. That's a really good team. Thing about our team is, we continue to improve. That doesn't mean we don't have a hiccup here or there. If you cut our kids' arms, they're going to bleed red. So there are human beings. You play 20-some games, you're going to have a hiccup now and then. Kids get better from it. Losing's never bothered me. It's not getting better from a loss that bothered me. So, 2 games since we last lost was two good teams. Cincinnati went on the road and won at Tulsa last night. Western Kentucky, look at all the good teams they've beaten. So a lot of respect for Rick. When I was in Oklahoma, we played against his teams at Mississippi State. They were really good then. So but I wanted to play this game, and he did too. It's a game that he didn't have to play, and we certainly didn't have to play. We could have played anybody. The reason why we played the non-conference game, the last non-conference game we played, there was a reason why for that. There's always a reason with us. It's not like we just grab ideas out of hats. But we play that game for a reason, and tonight, jumping out of conference helped us play a good team. But the other thing is COVID, man. It's COVID. We played good on a Sunday against Cincinnati. I don't want that. I don't want that to subside. I want to keep that energy going. I would like to play this game on Wednesday. The sooner you play, the better. Tonight's Thursday, so the good thing is we get to turn around and play on Sunday. Now, right now, I've got to find them. I'm sure I have next week's schedule on my phone right now, so I'll go and figure out who we're playing and when we're playing them. If we don't play till next Sunday, I may add another non-conference game in the middle of the week. just so because I don't want to go Sunday to Sunday to Sunday, which is what we were doing during that stretch. You know, from East Carolina to Wichita, I think we played 2 games. At East Carolina, who else did we play in there? Played somebody. It's just been a mess.
Play UCF.
Yeah, UCF and
I'm sorry, USF.
USF on the road. You know, we had a stretch this year where we played 5 out of 6 road games. We played 5 out of 6 games on the road. That's COVID. We had a stretch where when we lost to Tulsa, we played 3 consecutive road games coming out of our pause. But I'm proud of this team for hanging in there through this COVID experience. I'm glad that our president is getting the vaccine out so more people can get vaccinated and we can get rid of this horrible thing. But proud of my team tonight. Really proud of my 5s and 4s, the way they handled the low posts, and proud of our guards for getting us going the second half.
We'll go to Mark Berman with 526. Mark, go ahead, please, sir.
Kelvin, you've touched on it a little, and not about net rankings or any of that kind of stuff, but how important was it that you didn't sit idle tonight, that you had a game, you played a game against your quality opponent?
No. If you were to ask our guys, would they rather rest tonight or play? They're going to tell you play. Now, part is maybe they may not want to practice, but players want to play. They do. You know, and through no fault of anybody's, this COVID thing has just wreaked havoc on everybody's schedule. We reached out to BYU, San Diego State, Colorado State, and those teams would have liked to have done it a couple of weeks ago, but they just couldn't fit it in. You know, there's a lot of teams, you know, it's like people that have no idea what they're talking about. I said, why don't you play this team? Really? You really think that team's going to come to Houston? Or do you really think we're going to go there? Scheduling takes 2 to tango. And I appreciate Rick's willingness to come here. That was good for us, good for him. Even though they lost tonight, I think it's something that's going to help his team. And I think the first half, the way we played the first half with DeJon and Marcus on the bench, picking up 2 fouls, and then the way we play with our full lineup the second half, I think that'll help us too. So I think it was a good game for both teams. Even though they lost, I think this will help prepare them for the tournament.
Chris Gardner, did you have a question? I thought I saw your hand raised.
Yes, sir, Jeff.
Go ahead,
Thank you. Coach, you played Fabian and Justin on the floor at the same time a little bit. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. You know, our depth in the last few years has been in the backcourt, and Tremont gives us a weapon off the bench, as he showed tonight. But our true depth is really up front. You know, we still have one of the best rebounders in the country in Justin Gorham, but you know, he doesn't have to play 32, 33 minutes a night. You know, we can play through Fabian a little bit more. Bryson and I can't tell you how ecstatic and proud I was of Reggie and Bryson, of their defense and our monster action that we like to run. You know, the coordination. I came in here at 12. What time was she around today? 1. I came in here about 12:30 today, and as I was walking down the tunnel, I could hear Kellen's voice. Whereas on the day of the game, most teams work on shooting. We were down there working on that monster because we had a lot of respect for Bassie. But our defense, we showed the second half why we're a good defensive team. We were using our defense to create our offense, and that's when we're at our best.
I got time for one more question with Coach, guys. We're going to go to Chris Baldwin with Paper City. Chris, go ahead, please.
Coach, obviously when Quentin came in, you knew he had a lot of talent, but when did you know he could sort of take, you know, that sort of be that next guard at UH and take on that kind of role? You know,
it's funny. Nothing he did talent-wise. It was the how he handled the coaching that we do here. How he handled me. You know, where some kids might pout or, you know, cop a momentary lapse in their attitude, Quentin embraced it. He's used the way we do things here to help him. And I think that's why he's playing so good. You know, I love giving good players freedom. I always have. Rob Gray, Corey, Armani, all the way back, Hollis Price, Eric Gordon. I've had a lot of really good players. And the thing that I tell my best players is I'm gonna hold you accountable for these things. Now, we're gonna barter. The flip side is I am not gonna overcoach you. So you see the confidence just oozing out of Quinn's ears because I just let him rock. And he's learned how to play within the parameters of our offense. He doesn't do crazy stuff. You know, I'm gonna give him one or two crazy shots a game. He's earned that. You know, he took a couple tonight. I don't trip on that anymore because he's earned it. Now, when he got here last year, he didn't earn it. But our players respect him because he's one of our hardest workers. Look, he had 6 rebounds the second half. You know, he shoots a lot, but he's also unselfish. He's also a good defender. Now he drives me nuts sometimes with his some of his passing occasionally, but you know nobody's perfect. But you know you want to see kids get better and improve and develop. And not every kid makes a great decision when they decide to transfer. But this has been a tremendous decision for him because this program fits him. It's given him the ability to grow into the areas he needed to grow in. And that's I can't tell you how proud I am of him, not just as a player, but the kind of person he is, how coachable he is, and what a great teammate he is.